B-Town. Let's get out. What's up, gente? What's up? Chilling in no pain. And as I say, my balls don't play full. Hey, what's up, gente? Saludos. Saludos and respect, man. How you guys doing, man? I'm just chilling with the feeling. You know, just dropping another one, a quick one. So today I got this story, right? So they were looking for me, right? The homies, the Norteños. And this is a while back. Somebody sent me a message, right? Before I continue, please do me a favor, hit the like button, subscribe, and let me know what you think in the comments, and hit the notification bell so you can keep getting more content like this, man. And before I start with this video, man, I just want to send my shout outs to everybody that is contributing to the channel. Thank you guys, man. I highly appreciate your help. It seems like it's gonna be raining. It's been raining. If it keeps raining, I'm not gonna work out today. But if it's just breezing a little bit, yeah, I'll probably come out and do something for the diabetes, bro. So anywho, man, before I continue with this video, man, I want to clarify something. And this is for real, bro. This is true. This is true fucking a true story, bro. So they came looking for me, right? And they got the dude was dressing just like me. But look, man, like I said, before I continue, I want to clarify something, bro. When I made this barrio, right, up in Vallejo, I didn't make it with the intention to well, I guess you can say, you already know what's gonna happen in your mind, you know what's gonna happen, but I didn't have that intention in mind, should I say, to do that much damage, not only to on my victims, because it was not only one victim, it was my victims, myself, my family, myself, my community, and everybody else, man. But I want to say that I did that, first, honest, I was being oppressed. But I had a chance. I had a chance to leave, man. I had a chance to fucking, to go somewhere else. And so I decided to stay. Matter of fact, one day I told my friends, hey, man, I feel like going fucking out of state, man. This shit's getting crazy. And one of them goes, so you're gonna start this and you're just gonna leave the fucking pedo over here or what? And this was a youngster, man, rest in peace. He was one of the founders. I was the founder, but he was one of them. He was one of the original founders of this hood right here in Vallejo. And back in those days, man, Vallejo was, that barrio grew up to be fucking vicious, big, and it was only one clique, right? But we had two cliques, those cliques, and I used to kick it with both of them. Why? Because it was like the homies and the paisa homies. I don't know if it makes sense. Most of the paisa homies that did not or spoke a little better English, they kick it together. And all the homies that from up north, the upstaters or battles that came from Los, kick it together. And I was in between, bro. And they both, I got along with everybody. Though I made that barrio, right? I made that barrio, and like I said, with the intention to defend ourselves. But at the same time, I didn't know. I had no idea of the monster that I was creating, bro. And and like I said, I make it with that intention, not to do that much damage. But you had no idea what's gonna happen, bro. But at the same time, the game that you're playing, bro. And what's his? Let me get the name. Bro. Let me get the name right, bro. Because most of the times I'll be like, if somebody send me a message, and next time I get his name, this time I'm gonna get the name right. So the name is at HSB Ho. like Vallejo, 707GH3. There you go. And I'm not showing it. He asked me this question. Have you ever told a story about Vallejo? Big town. All right? Where's he at? There? Oh, hold on. Yeah, the one in the middle. Have you ever told a story about you in Vallejo? Your experience in Vallejo? And see, when you playing those games, you had no idea of the seriousness of these freaking gangs, bro. I already knew they had big homies in not in the Bay, but in prison. But how serious were they? I didn't know. I had no idea. But what I do know that the more we got into with the Norteños, the more serious it got, bro. And honestly, now thinking back, I know it was the Nuestra Raza, or they sent somebody from prison. Why? Because these were vatos that they were like phantoms. They were like ghosts. They would just go to Vallejo, did what they had to do, and they displayed. Who did it? I don't know. And we were not snitching, no? We were not, I don't know, fucking did it, bro. I don't know who did it. But it wasn't the same battles from Vallejo. It was not the same battles from Vallejo. I know that for sure, bro. Cause I know for sure. So it was probably what they were doing. It was they were sending it was probably Nuestra Raza or some big homies, though. But I'm not gonna speak more on that, because I'm not, I'm not sure. I'm not sure, and I'm not gonna speak on it. But they were sending people to take us out, and especially me, because I was the founder. So one day we went to a quinceañera, right? We went to a quinceañera in Vallejo, and I'm dressed up like I believe that I had a black Ben Davis and some beige khakis, some Dickies, and somebody that looked like me was dressing as the same way, bro. Cause that's basically what we are, dog. We just a copy of the next man, We're copycat, wannabes, dog. I mean, if you want to call me a wannabe, that's what I was, a wannabe. I was trying to fit in. I wanted to fit in the crowd, bro. I wanted to fit in the crowd. Why was I the founder of this barrio? Why? You might ask. Reason I was the founder of this barrio, you already see me, bro, doing my training. Somebody says, that's how you used to fight the Norteños. I wrap my hands and I hit the wall, boom, boom, with all my might, dog. And the last video that I made, you see me doing that from 500 times, right? With those big old fucking things, right? 500 times. I can do 1,000 times, bro, if I want to. And I can go 1, 2, 3, and I go 1, 2, right? 1, 2, 500 times. That's 1,000 punches. And I can go 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. And them fucking things are heavy, dog. Now I drop it, right? When I'm by myself, I drop it and then I hit the wall, pum, 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 pum. Cause these will give you, you will get fast, right? But when you actually punch something, it will give you the power, right? And the strength on your knuckles. And I do push. Well, that's a whole different, and I've been doing this fucking routine since I remember, dog. That's all I gotta say. And I got into with the homies, with the Norteños from up north. Obviously, homies from up north, right? I got into with them, and I never lost a fight with them, bro. I'm not gonna sit here and say I was a badass, dog. Even when the only reason I lost a fight, if I ever lost a fight, is if I ever lose a fight, is if I run, though. If I run, that's the only time I'm gonna lose a fight. If I run run from a fight that I'm already getting into. I never run. It was something, most of the times it was like 3 or 4 fights. I already told you, against myself, and I never run. I know I held my ground and boom, 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 boom. I was fucked up. And I did it several times. It wasn't just one time. So this particular time, they had already told me, bro. They had already told me, hey, they're looking for you, bro. The Norteños. And they had this vato. I know what they used to call him, right? But he wasn't from Vallejo. That's all I gotta say. He was not from Big Town, bro. And this vato went over there with some other vatos looking for me, right? And they probably told me this is how it looks, and he's dressing like this, because there was homies, right? Come on, homies at the party, and then they left. How do I know that? Because one of them told me, hey, when I get down, fool, and I said, Simon, and he goes, let's go around the corner, and I had this feeling, this fool wanted me to go around the corner and he was with some fucking older vatos, dog. I was like 16, 17. These vatos were like fucking 20-something, 28, right? And I say, let's get down right here, fool. This fool I already beat up, bones. I already beat him up. Well, anywho, man, I'm chilling, bro. My mom is right there. My mom is right there. My whole family. This fine hyena, bro. She comes with her friends, and she tells me, she comes over and she tells me, hey, would you like to? She actually asked me, hey, you wanna dance? And I said, hold on, yeah. So she goes, hey, I'm Son. My name is Son. She was fine, bro. I think she was a Norteña. She was fine, and as I went like that to shake her hand, I never let her go, dog. And she liked that, so we're holding hands the whole fucking time. And I see my friends, I see my camaradas, right? And my homies. And they were like, Kyle way, paisas and the homies, right? Kyle way. And I'm with this hyena. I liked her, dog. Hey, wait. So I went over there and I said, what's up, man? At that time, I think I did, I don't know if I remember, but I think I did a few talks. I took a few talks, and I'm kicking it with them, and I went back to where the hyenas were, chilling, kicking it, because it was like 4 or 5 hyenas, and I was by myself. I felt like a king, bro. And this hyenita was fine. So as I'm going back, I seen some fools, man, coming out of the dark. Bro. Oh, these bottles went that way, right? They went that way. And I see them coming back running. And I'm not gonna one of my friends, dog, he was like fucking like one of the bottles in the barrio, BBH, was like fucking like 13, 14, bro. And he was the first one I see him fucking running. Like fucking like they seen the devil. Oh, no. And then I see a bunch of vatos, my friends, and I see a bunch of vatos already fucking old. Like I said, like 20 something. To me, it was old. So I look, and I tell this compa, right? I tell him, hey, let's go, fool, let's go help him. And this fool froze, bro. He goes, because this vato, they have fucking, they have one of those things. Not one, but they were strapped, bro. So they were chasing this fool, man, and so I run. And I started chasing, right? By this time, it was like maybe, it's hard for me to say, man. Like, it was like a good distance, bro. But this time, it was like a good distance. That's all, like a quarter of a soccer field. A little bit more, probably more. Like half of the size of a soccer field, the distance was, they already passed by, right? So I run, and when I got there, they already got home with. They thought it was me, bro. And they got it with one of those things that you break the ice with, like numerous fucking times, dog. The chest, fucking back, lungs, everywhere, dog. So and this was a little kid, bro. He was a little kid. So as soon as I got there, homeboy, I don't know if you ever seen somebody getting hit one of those things that you break the ice with, right? Because the holes, they're too small, so they will not let you fucking choking inside, bro. I don't know how to explain it, but you can't even fucking make noise. You cannot scream, or it's like you sucking the noise from the outside in, bro. I don't know how to explain it, bro, but you do it. He was on the floor. So I'm like, what the and the fucking Judas came and I'm right next to him, right? He's fucking, he's vámonos. So the Judas, hey, what happened? I don't know. I was just hold on, don't leave, stay right here, man. They told me, right? So they fucking, by this time a bunch of people already got there. You know, they trying to interview instead of fucking paying attention to this kid that it was. They're trying to fucking interview us. Hey, what happened? And this black lady comes out to me. Don't leave. I'm gonna take your fucking I'm investigating your statement. So but by this time it's a bunch of fucking people, bro. And my camaradas came in and goes, vámonos, güey, vámonos. So I jumped in the car, boom, and I just fucking vámonos, güey. So it was like we went to my house, grabbed some of those fucking things, and we went after them. And like I say, bro, you know, these fools were sending, you know, I think it was Nuestra Raza, you know. I'm not gonna say for sure, bro, but you know, the way they were doing jales, you know, it was vicious, bro. And we were kids, all fighting these fools from prison, bro. Serio. But it was crazy and stupid, bro. Back then, like I said, it was necessary in a way, right? Necessary to fucking get together and defend yourself. But now, man, you can walk away from this bullshit, bro. You know what I mean? I'm just telling you, you know, homies from 707, from wherever you're from, bro, and it's the same raza, bro. When I went to prison, I found out that the Norteños were cool as fuck, bro. You know, they don't play, bro. They don't play, but at the same time, they cool as fuck. They rasta. They eat what you eat. They same cultura, same everything, bro. Matter of fact, one of them battles that I retired in high school, he's from my hometown, bro, in Jalisco, bro. Serio. So it was like the same gente, bro. The same gente. And if it's another gente, they don't bother, you know. Why all this suffering? Why all this fucking, you know, making your family suffer, making other families suffer, yourself, your victim, the whole community, you know, over nothing, bro. Because now it's like, if they see you're not claiming, you're not playing those games, they're not gonna trip on us, you know. But with that amount, you know, thanks God, I'm still alive. Telling you, bro. Somebody gave me this opportunity to tell you that it's not worth it, dog. Walk away, dog. Your whole life in prison is not. It's not, bro. For nothing. It's nothing. It's nothing. You're not gonna win nothing, bro. Suffering, people going cuckoo, crazy. People taking advantage of people in prison. I don't care if you got fucking. If you don't have a fucked up case, motherfuckers, you know, there's a lot of fucking mental abuse in prison, bro. Serio. With that amount, gente, saludos, respects. Hope you like this short video, bro.